Did you know it takes over 100,000 farmers to keep the world's instant coffee flowing? That's right, Nestle works with farmers who supply more than 13 million bags of coffee beans each year. It's a massive operation, and we're giving you an exclusive look inside. We're taking you on a journey from those first white coffee blossoms to the final jar on your shelf. You'll see the surprising tech and traditional techniques that come together to make your instant coffee. Ready to uncover the hidden world of your daily cup? Ever wonder where your instant coffee comes from? It all starts with a tiny white flower. These delicate blossoms, with their sweet jasmine-like scent, only stick around for a few days, but they're the first step in a journey that takes months. After the flowers fade, little green berries start to form. These coffee cherries are the real stars of the show. Over the next 6 to 9 months, they go through a cool transformation. It's like they have their own traffic light system. They start off green, then turn yellow, and finally end up a deep, vibrant red when they're ready to harvest. Farmers keep a super close eye on their plants, waiting for that perfect moment when about 95% of the cherries have turned red. That's when they know it's go time. These days, big farms use some impressive tech to help out. Check out this harvesting machine. It's like a giant comb for coffee plants. It has 1,500 vibrating rods that shake the coffee branches, making ripe cherries fall onto plates below. It's like a dance party for coffee cherries. One of these machines can do the work of about 100 people in a day, collecting about 60 bags of cherries in just 5 hours. Once all those cherries are collected, they need to be processed quickly at the wet mill. Here, the cherries get a good wash to clean off any dirt or leaves. Then, they go through a machine that separates the fruit from the actual coffee bean inside. It's like peeling a banana, but way faster and for thousands of cherries at once. After that, the beans go through fermentation. Think of it like making pickles, but for coffee beans. They sit in big tanks for about 12 to 48 hours, depending on the climate and type of coffee. During this time, natural enzymes break down the sticky layer around the beans. This process is key to bringing out those rich coffee flavors we all love in our morning cup. All right, let's dive into the wet mill magic. This is where those coffee cherries we talked about earlier become the green beans you might have seen in stores. It's pretty cool stuff. Picture a huge water tank filled with coffee cherries. The ripe ones sink to the bottom, while the unripe ones float to the top. Nature's sorting system at work. Next up, these cherries get a wild ride. They tumble into rotating drums lined with rough surfaces, spinning against fixed plates. This gentle pressure removes the pulp from the beans inside. It's like peeling thousands of bananas at warp speed. Now we've got naked beans, but they're still covered in slimy mucilage. Time for a flavor-enhancing bath. The beans get transferred into big tanks filled with clean mountain water. This special water is packed with minerals that help develop those complex coffee flavors we love. Here's where it gets interesting. The beans sit in these tanks for about 12 to 24 hours. It's like marinating meat, but for coffee beans. During this time, nature does all the work. The water breaks down that slimy coating naturally. Farmers keep a super close eye on this process because even a small mistake could mess up the flavor. Once the fermentation is done, it's time for a good scrub. Farmers check the beans by hand to make sure they're ready. It's like they're feeling for the coffee's pulse. Then they stir the beans like crazy to get rid of any leftover slime. You might think one wash is enough, but nope. They often drain out the dirty water and start all over again. It's like giving your beans a shower, then realizing they need another one, and another one, until finally, they're squeaky clean and ready for the next step in their journey to your cup. Now that our coffee beans are squeaky clean, you might think they're ready to go. But hold on. We've got one more crucial step before these little guys can become your morning brew. Let's check out the drying process. It's more interesting than you'd expect. Picture rows of coffee beans spread out on flat surfaces. It's like a beach day for coffee. But instead of catching rays, these beans are on a mission to dry out. Wet beans can't be stored or shipped. They'd go moldy faster than you can say espresso. Farmers aim for exactly 11% moisture in their beans. But how do they know when the beans hit that sweet spot? They use special moisture meters to check samples regularly. These tools give precise readings, ensuring the beans are perfectly dried. Look at those farmers out there with their giant rakes. They're turning the beans to ensure every single one gets an even tan. It's like they're giving thousands of tiny coffees a spa day, making sure they all get the perfect glow. This drying dance goes on for about 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks just to dry some beans. But trust me, it's worth the wait. Once our beans are dry, it's time to strip them down. Check out this hulling machine. It's like a gentle giant, carefully removing that last bit of protection. The machine whirs and hums, delicately peeling away the outer layer to reveal the hidden treasure inside. Green coffee beans. Green beans? Yep, you heard that right. Those brown beans in your grinder? They started out green. Why do they change color? That's a story for another time, but it involves some pretty exciting science. For now, our green beans are ready for their next big adventure. They'll be packed up and shipped off to Nestle's factories. But don't worry, their journey is far from over. There's still plenty of excitement ahead. Welcome to Nestle's Coffee Wonderland. Those green beans we packed up, they're about to embark on a wild ride through the factory. Let's check out what happens when they arrive. Picture this, huge bags of coffee beans rolling in on conveyor belts. But who's going to move all that coffee? Enter the robot helper with its special spider gripper. This mechanical marvel can grab those heavy bags like they're feathers. It's a powerhouse, moving up to 500 bags an hour. That's 10 times faster than a human worker. Now you might wonder why Nestle uses a robot for this job. It's all about keeping their workers safe. No more sore backs from lifting tons of coffee all day. This robot can move bags around the clock without breaking a sweat. Do robots even sweat? As the bags zoom along, they pass over a special sensor. It's like a coffee bean lie detector. This gadget checks if the beans have just the right amount of moisture. If a bag's too wet or too dry, it gets the boot. Only the perfect beans make it to the next step. But the quality checks don't stop there. Look at that robotic arm reaching into the bags. It's taking samples to make sure every batch is up to snuff. It's like a coffee bean taste test, but without the tasting. Yet. Speaking of tasting, let's meet the real heroes of the coffee world, the expert tasters. These folks sample up to 100 cups of coffee every single day. As Maria, one of Nestle's top tasters, puts it, each sip tells a story. We're not just tasting coffee, we're ensuring every cup meets Nestle's high standards. Even with all these robots and sensors, it's still the human touch that makes Nestle's coffee special. Those expert tasters, they're the secret ingredient. Their trained taste buds catch things no machine ever could. Now that we've seen how the beans are checked and tested, it's time for the real magic to begin. Get ready to watch these green beans transform as we head into the roasting process. All right, we've seen the robots and sensors do their thing, but now it's time for the real star of the show, the roasting process. This is where those green beans turn into the rich, aromatic coffee we all love. And let me tell you, it's all about precision and control. Check out this massive rotating drum. It's like a giant oven for coffee beans. These beans are about to face temperatures hot enough to melt chocolate in seconds. We're talking up to 540 degrees Fahrenheit. As the drum spins, special paddles inside keep the beans moving. No burnt beans allowed in this coffee party. Now you might think roasting is all about heat, but here's the deal. Time matters just as much. The roasting pros at Nestle have to nail the perfect balance. Too short and you miss out on flavor. Too long and you end up with bitter coffee. It's a delicate dance that can last anywhere from 8 to 20 minutes. Let's watch as a batch of beans tumbles into the roaster. See how they change color? It's like a time-lapse of fall leaves, going from green to yellow to that rich brown we all know. Different roast levels create unique flavor profiles. Light roasts are bright and acidic, medium roasts balanced, and dark roasts bold and intense. As the beans near the end of their roasting journey, things get pretty exciting. The air fills with that amazing coffee smell, and you can almost hear the beans crackling. It's like popcorn, but way better. Now, pay attention to what happens next. Just when you think the beans are done, a powerful fan kicks in. But why is cooling so important? It's actually stopping the roasting process at just the right moment. This quick cool down locks in all those flavors and aromas we've been developing. So there you have it, the secret behind that perfect roast. It's all about the perfect combo of heat and time. And thanks to all this precision, we end up with beans that are brown, beautiful, and bursting with flavor. So we've seen how those beans get roasted to perfection, but now it's time for some serious coffee alchemy. Ever wondered how liquid coffee becomes that instant powder in your jar? Well, buckle up because we're about to witness some extreme coffee making. Let's start with Nescafé Original. Those beautifully roasted beans get ground up and brewed into a super strong coffee extract. Now watch as this liquid coffee enters a massive machine called a spray dryer. It's like a giant coffee tornado in there. Inside this wild contraption, the liquid coffee turns into a fine mist. This coffee mist meets scorching hot air at 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, moving at a mind-blowing 400 miles per hour. It's like a Formula One race car made of coffee. In just a split second, all that moisture from the coffee mist disappears. Poof! Gone! What's left behind? Tiny particles of instant coffee powder. It's like watching coffee go through a time machine. But for Nescafé Gold, they take things in a completely different direction. Instead of crazy heat, they go super cold. We're talking minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit cold. That's way colder than your freezer at home. They freeze the coffee extract solid like some kind of fancy coffee popsicle. But don't try to lick it. This frozen coffee goes through a process called sublimation. It's like when dry ice disappears without melting. The ice in the coffee turns directly into vapor, skipping the liquid stage entirely. What's left behind? Perfect little granules of instant coffee. Both methods have their perks. Spray drying is quick and efficient, but the high heat can affect the flavor. Freeze drying takes longer but tends to preserve more of the coffee's original taste and aroma. So there you have it. Two totally different ways to make instant coffee. One uses extreme heat, the other uses extreme cold. But both end up with the same result: coffee that's ready in an instant. It's pretty amazing how science can turn our favorite brew into something so convenient. All right, we've seen how Nestle turns coffee into those tiny granules, but now it's time for the grand finale. Ever wonder how that coffee gets from the factory to your kitchen shelf? Let's take a peek at the high-speed world of packaging. Picture this: a sea of empty glass jars zooming along conveyor belts. It's like a roller coaster for coffee containers. These jars are about to get the VIP treatment. Watch closely because if you blink, you might miss it. See that machine over there? It's filling jars faster than you can say instant coffee. Each jar gets a perfect dose of coffee granules in less than a second. Right after filling, these jars get sealed tight. This quick sealing locks in all the yummy flavors, ensuring freshness every time you open the jar at home. Now check out how fast these machines are working. Some Nescafé factories can fill up to 320 jars every minute. That's like filling your entire kitchen cabinet with coffee in the blink of an eye. And get this, they can package up to 250,000 jars daily. That's a whole lot of morning wake-up calls. But speed isn't everything. These machines are super precise, using fancy sensors to make sure each jar has just the right amount of coffee. No skimping or overfilling here. Quality control doesn't stop there. Remember those moisture sensors we talked about earlier? They play a big role here too, ensuring perfect humidity and preventing clumping or off flavors. After filling, the labeling machine slaps on those Nescafé labels at lightning speed. It's so fast you'd think the jars were wearing sunglasses to look cool. From roasted beans to the jar on your shelf, every step matters in bringing you that perfect cup of instant coffee. Next time you open a jar of Nescafé, think about the wild ride those coffee granules took to get there. From the fields to your cup, instant coffee takes quite a journey. We've seen how those tiny white flowers transform into your morning brew through a complex process. It's remarkable how much effort goes into something we prepare so quickly. Next time you make your instant coffee, consider all the people and machines involved. From farmers to expert tasters, there's a whole world behind your cup. Have you ever wondered about the journey of other everyday items? Curious about more food production secrets? Check out how millions of Kit Kats are made in a factory to see chocolate wafers come to life. Hit subscribe, and let's keep exploring the hidden world of food together.